Hello everyone, Robert Saunders here, and today I wanted to show another video on using the Apex Navigator Terraform provider, this time to deploy Apex File, deploy the Apex File endpoint, super easy using the Terraform provider, but what's really cool is we will monitor this with Apex Navigator. Let's get started. So here we are on the screen. We have Terraform on the left and Apex Navigator on the right. Let's zoom in here and let's kind of walk through the process we would do if we were using the GUI. So I'm going to kind of draw the similarities here between both the Apex Navigator GUI and the Terraform deployment. So there's Apex File, there's the PowerScale system, that's how it relates back and forth. Of course, the version, there's the version over there in Terraform. And then we pick the region. Again, the region is also called out there as the cloud region. So let's click continue. Then next over to the actual cloud account. Now we've set this up previously in Apex Navigator. We can also set it up with Terraform, but I set it up in the GUI. I built the policies and the roles, and now I'm just using that as part of my Terraform provider. So that's the same account that I would pick if I was using the GUI. The policies and the roles are already built, so I don't need to redo that. That's perfectly fine. I do with File, this is the one difference from File and Block, is I do need to add this profile name. Not the ARN, but the actual name goes here in the GUI and also over there in the Terraform, exactly the same. So that's the name I have there, the suffix of my last name, so I can keep it easy for me to filter on. And now here I am at the deployment part. Now you'll remember this from the block deployment, exactly the same with File. I'll give this demo deployment a name here. There's the name I'm using for Terraform on the left. And then we'll scroll down. We have the choices for the different storage performance types. I'm going to pick balanced. And of course there I have it balanced over on the left with Terraform. And then I'm going to pick my raw capacity. Remember with File it's raw, with Block it's usable. Slight difference there. So there's my raw capacity of 20, and then I'm going to pick my availability zone. Also something different we can do with File that we don't do exactly with Block. So we pick our availability zone here. There it is called out, availability zone in the Terraform. And I'm going to actually create a new VPC. So I have over there in the VPC block, is new VPC equal to true? So yes. And then, of course, the CIDR blocks for the external and the internal subnets accordingly. So I'll copy the same ones that I had from Terraform over to the GUI just to make it super easy. My internal is a /27 or greater. And then I give a key pair name, SSH key name. That will write out to Secrets Manager in AWS. Optional for the FQDN for Smart Connect, I'll leave that alone. And now, just a quick confirmation of everything that I've set up here in the configuration. Worth noting that we still get 90 days free for Apex File when we deploy it with Apex Navigator. That's very cool. And then there's the deployment summary, what's getting stood up. And now I'm ready to deploy with Terraform. I'm not going to click confirm acceptance and deploy in the GUI. Instead, I'm going to do this with Terraform. And I'm simply going to type Terraform apply here in my Visual Studio Code bash session. So I'll click Terraform apply. The provider will go out and start first building my SSO config. We have a couple different SSO configured providers right now, one for Okta and one for Entra. I'm using the one for Azure Entra right now. So here's my token authentication. It goes off, does what it needs to, and then I'll click confirm, or I'll actually type yes to actually apply the Terraform, and now the deployment has started. So this is very cool. This is what I love. I will jump over to Apex Navigator now, and I'll browse to manage jobs, because when you deploy with Terraform, you don't get a lot of robust feedback to the screen. That's fine. We've solved for it here with Apex Navigator. So now I see my process in Terraform just wrote to the screen creating. So now I'll go over to Apex Navigator, over to manage jobs, and I see there's one running. Let's go drill into that. So there is everything that's getting queued up, that's getting deployed with Terraform from a Terraform apply but we're monitoring with Apex Navigator. That is very cool right there. So I do fast forward through this as it takes just inside of an hour to deploy Apex file. And just a couple seconds later, there we go. All done, deployed with Terraform and monitored with Apex Navigator. That's really cool to see. And then I'll finish this up here, and then you see on the left, everything was completed with Terraform. And then of course on the right, everything logged with Apex Navigator. Love to see that. Now I know exactly what I'm doing the entire time through my Terraform deployment. I can now go browse out to the cloud deployment to see exactly what happened with the Terraform deployment. So there's my deployment details, the product, the version, everything we spec'd out with the Terraform deployment is all right there. I have my link and launch off to PowerScale or to AIOps or Apex AIOps observability if I would like to. The additional details around the subnets, everything else that got confirmed, that's really awesome. If you need more information on our Apex provider, there's the URL right there. Browse out there, you can download it, and you can start doing the exact same thing. Thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it.